would be everything. Almost. I saved the control room for last. It might be an even bigger shock to you to see everything out there, so I thought that after you were fine enough to walk by yourself, it would be good to do it last. Yeah. So, follow me. And here we are. How do you think of all of this? Yeah, it's safe. You can get closer. It's not a screen or anything fake. Everything you see out there is real. It's, yeah, amazing. No, I'm not out like this often. I'm not usually permitted to leave my post. I've only ever seen things like this in pictures. But I never got the chance to just look at it either. There isn't an Earth to look for out there. If that is what you're looking for, we're too far away to see it from here. I could point you in the right direction. The ship has an AI system. I told you a while ago that I would introduce you to them. Technically, you already were during your physical therapy, but not properly. I thought about doing it then, but you wanted to be left alone, so I didn't want to bother you. Not a lot. Well, maybe almost everything, actually. I'm sorry. Getting that information was necessary to keep you alive. Nothing like that will happen again without your permission. I'm sorry. It was just necessary. Okay. Well, they've already done multiple scans of you. You're just not registered as a crew member. That can't be done without you and your permission right now. Right now, you're registered as a guest. That just means that you don't have control or access to most things. Yes, unrestricted tours. There are different guest tiers as well, not a lot. You have the highest one, meaning you're able to enter certain restricted areas, like the control room if permitted. Like I would have to grant you permission. The other ones aren't allowed that. Other ones that are off limits to you completely are ones like maintenance and such. But once you're in as a crew member, you will have as much control over this ship as I do. You'll be co-pilot. I'm already in as the pilot of this ship, so you. I'm not. I'm not. No. You can't change it yourself. I didn't just get promoted to captain for no reason. I had to do it myself to be in charge of the ship. With difficulty. I can't just give you any random title either, though. It's going to need some credentials. It does have your DNA, but I've been preparing some forged documents for a while, and I've been reworking the code on the Shape AI to be a little bit more lenient. And not completely. I probably could in time, but the security system on these things is pretty insane, honestly. With how long it would take me, it wouldn't be worth the power it would take to get to that point. It would probably be better for you to see for yourself. Usually ship AI is very cold. It's just a system that follows orders and the law. They aren't allowed to think. No, they can. These ones are just coded so that they don't. There are a lot that do, they just don't have a place on something of status like this. It wouldn't be very good to have the entire ship turn on you because it decides what you're doing is wrong. I did, yes. I know, it wasn't. But with how little time I had to do it, giving it free will was the easier option. At least a semblance of it. It was less rewriting stuff, more removing restrictions. And honestly, given our position, I doubt it would turn on us like that. It now has no ties to any authority. It can think for itself, for the most part. Well, yes. It's not a person, but I find it hard to not treat them like one. I'll just introduce you two. Cass, please introduce yourself to our new crew member, please.
Hello, I am Cassiopeia. It is very nice to see you conscious.
Cass has been...
I have been keeping a close watch on you the entire time. I had to warn Warren before you passed out and possibly died.
Oh, well, that's not wrong.
That is because I am the ship. I see and control everything here, and you are able to speak to me whenever and wherever you wish.
No, if you want any privacy, you just have to ask Cass to leave.
Exactly. Or, if you want me to spy on someone else, you can ask me to do that as well.
Well, no. You were not supposed to be able to do that, Cass. I have some rewriting to do, I suppose. Ever since they were rewritten, they've developed an interesting personality. Well, it was nice to have someone to talk to while you were resting. If that were to happen, I would have a way to get them under control. There's a failsafe I can trigger to get them to go back to their original coding, at least close enough to it. It's just to the point where I'm still seen as captain and you the co-pilot. There are multiple, actually. Here, I'll show you. Cass, are you able to access and change your own code?
No.
Are you able to inflict harm on anyone on board this ship?
Only when permitted, and if that person is not in my registry.
Will you report to me or them if anyone else but us tries to either access your code or tries to captain the ship?
Correct.
Can you lie to me? Cass?
I cannot.
Why did it take you so long to process that question?
The pause was just for comedic effect.
That made me a bit anxious.
I could tell.
Of course you could. If you have any questions about Cass, just ask them. It might feel like you're speaking to the void at first, but they're always listening. Or if you want to find me at all, just ask Cass where I am, and they'll tell you and guide you if needed. Actually, since you're just a guest, they won't tell you everything yet. We should probably get that out of the way first. It won't take long. Start a registration process, please.
Registration process initiated. Please provide all the necessary information you see on the screen.
1 second.
Please provide section.
Crew.
Please provide title.
Co-pilot.
Are you sure?
What? Yes.
Good. Please have the crew member provide their name vocally. If not available, please have the crew member place their hand on the scanner and implement their...
We can skip that part. It's just going to have you say your name. Whichever one you want to use. It can be anything at all. And read a couple sentences to get full range of your voice so that it can recognize it no matter the situation. If you were to have to give any commands.
Name, please. Very nice. Please read the sentences provided on the screen. If you are a slow reader, please take your time. Perfect. Scan is not needed as your data is already in the system and will be transferred over. Registration complete.
Okay, so about everything else. I haven't said the full truth on our current situation because I thought that you needed to focus on recovering first. Right, I'm sorry, I was just using my best judgment. I didn't know if you could handle that, so I'm sorry for assuming you couldn't. No, not at all. I don't think you're anything. I don't know how you are at all, but I didn't want to risk making it any more difficult than it was. So, the state of the ship. I said we're drifting. We are. We can't do much more than that. The ship sustained a massive amount of damage. The thrusters are out. We can't move. No, the engine is fine. For the most part. There just isn't any point in starting it up if we can't even move. Everything else runs separately to save power. You saw how huge this place is. I allocated the remaining power to the things we're using the most. All of the unused rooms don't have power at all. Yes. Eventually, we might. In any other situation, yes, I would have been trained for an emergency like this, but I wasn't. What I'm doing here is nowhere close to my profession. I promised you that I would get you back home. I still mean that. I don't know. do everything it takes. I very well mean that promise. I meant what I said. Whatever it takes. I'm sorry. You're right. No, I don't. I have some ideas, but look, this is our trajectory, and this is how long it's going to take to get there. I don't know. It's too far away to scan. There's a chance it's safe. But we're so far out there are no records of it. If it isn't, there are multiple possibilities of what could happen. But if it is, then that would be our first chance. Yes. Well, we can expand the scanner field if we really want to be cautious. It's reduced right now to save power. If we're really lucky, then that planet may be inhabited, but possibly hostile. It's really the only thing we've got right now. Maybe 2 months away. If we don't somehow get hit off course. Could be longer. It's really just an estimate. Like I said, it's too far away to scan. Plan and prepare, I suppose, for as many scenarios as we can. It's not possible. We can go out and look, but we don't have any of the materials to even begin any sort of repair. Well, I have thought of that, but they're just used for turning this ship for landing. They're not strong enough to push us anywhere. Oh. Yes, we could try that. There is a way to offload things safely. You don't waste any time getting to it, do you? No, I just find it interesting, is all. So, did you have any other ideas? I'm fine, yes. Why? I am. I'm sorry. I haven't gotten much sleep at all since this started. I've just been thinking about how to say all of this to you, and there's still more, so honestly, yes. Are you sure? I still have so much more to... Okay. Thank you. I'll be back in a couple hours once I'm rested. Feel free to go anywhere you please, and Cass makes very good company. Oh, ask them how they got their name. That'll keep them talking for a while if you need something to listen to. They'd love to tell you. No, not usually, but they name themselves I had nothing to do with it. Okay. I'll talk to you later.